The people of Imo State in southeast Nigeria are still coming to terms with their losses after a group of soldiers allegedly shot and killed a number of persons in the town of Olu. Reports have it that the soldiers earlier on confronted some members of the Eastern Security Network, a group that emerged a few weeks ago with the stated mission of protecting the lives and property of citizens from the ravages of marauding killer herdsmen. Well, joining us now to further explore the subject is Dr. Chima Nnaji, a lawyer, public affairs analyst and politician, and he will be looking at the Eastern Security Network and what its emergence may have in store for the people of the Southeast. How is this different from other emerging regional security outfits in terms of stated vision and mission? And is the network a variant of the prescribed IPOB? Those are some of the questions bugging the minds of the people. Well, welcome to the program, Dr. Nnaji.
Thank you very much, Adeswa. Good morning, viewers.
Well, thank you
and
for
Happy New Year to all of you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, sir.
Yes, Dr. Nnaji, before we talk about the alleged massacre in Olu, some people call it massacre, some people say it was just a conflict between soldiers and militants, and the governor imposed a curfew. Let's talk about the main news that we've been dealing with this morning, which is the appointment of new service chiefs. I know you spoke about this in the past, in a previous encounter. What's your position? Are you happy that finally the president has taken the bold step of bringing in a new team to address the security challenges in the country?
Well, my take is that I'm not too excited. And it appears this is coming too late, and a signification that perhaps Nigerians don't count. Well, at what level of damage, the cost to Nigerians has this delay in effecting this change cost? So I'm not so enthused or excited. Time will prove if indeed there has to be, there will be some changes, but I'm not too excited, nevertheless.
Well, Dr. Nnaji, when you say you are not excited, is it because of the concern expressed by some stakeholders from your part of the country, the Southeast, that there is no Igbo man on the list? Are you concerned about that, or it doesn't matter?
Ruben, you know that, at least from my public utterances, I'm not so usually inclined to some of those primordial cleavages. But if it is thrown to your face that you are not the son of your father, when in the actual sense your father has not disowned you, has done everything to show that he fathered you, in some environment, you may just say, my father is my father. So if in the circumstance we talk, in the circumstance we have all the service chiefs from the East, will not add or remove anything from my daily routine, except I have a friend in them. Okay. If I wake up in the morning,
well, Dr. Nnaji, I hate to interrupt your line of thought, but we have to go on a quick break and we'll return to talk some more. Please stay with us. Welcome back to the morning show here on the Rise News. Dr. Chima Nnaji, a lawyer, public affairs analyst and politician, is still with us, and he's looking at the Eastern Security Network and the security situation in Imo State, Olu, to be precise. Before that break, thank you, Dr. Nnaji. You were speaking on the recent appointment of service chiefs. I wonder if you're finished with your thoughts, and I can go ahead with my question.
Just to round off that particular thought on the issue of appointment, those people from whose zones or former service chiefs came from, what would they count as direct benefits? The issue is that such appointments are within the domain of symbolism. If For example, the Southeast is completely excluded or has always been so excluded. The symbolism is that this administration is too narrow-minded to accommodate all the parts of this country. And is shooting itself on the foot because somebody who is digitally impaired cannot carry a big can. If you are using only your left hand, your right hand is supposed to complement the activities of your left. So if you don't have all your fingers and hands on deck, you can't carry a big load. And that's why we're having all these problems. So this politics of exclusion, either out of hatred or narrow-minded or clannishness, this country is paying dearly for that. And it's unfortunate that those who are perpetrating these things are those who are supposed to help this country to get out from the woods. And like I have always said, if you have 7 children and you exclude one out of them, the family is not coming. Of 7 person, even be the 7 person that have been destined to save the family. So families continue to mess around families. So continue to suffer the dire consequences.
Well, let's talk about the Southeast now. Do we have any clarity behind the motive of the attacks in Olu in Imo State? And what exactly is the mission of the ESN, the Eastern Security Network? What does this say about who is in charge of security in the region?
And that's why I wish I could be very direct and deeper in my response, except to the extent that as an ordinary Nigerian of Igbo extraction, I saw in the media that such an outfit has been formed. It was just a very short clip I saw on Facebook, just like perhaps many other Nigerians. The leadership, I don't know. The objective has been canvassed as providing security for the region. And you know, if a father is in the house and is not fathering the children of the house, it is very likely that the children will scatter, looking for how to fend for themselves. The security challenges we have in this country have impelled all the regions or zones to fend for themselves, especially when it is very obvious, as have been stated in different fora, that some of these challenges the federal government can be fingered as exacerbating them. So if the federal government is orchestrating, either by some of these security challenges, it is to attack all Israel. So if this Eastern Security Network, as have been stated, is designed to protect the region, just like many other outfits in other zones, well, you can now count on your fingers the attitude of the federal government to the Southeast. Like the proverbial cat, you won't know how active the cat is until it sees a rat.
You're always full of proverbs, Dr. Chima Nnaji. At first, I want an understanding.
Well, that is the way I brought up.
I know, Dr. Chima, Dr. Chima Nnaji. You know, the Yorubas have a saying that proverbs are like the oil you used to eat the yam of words.
No, that's Chino Achebe.
Chino Achebe.
Fall apart.
Yeah, so
proverbs are the palm oil with which water eating. Chino Achebe.
So that's the slant. But I want to ask you this. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, so I want to ask you this. There's a talk by the Igbos that there are no people, that there are no representation in this new appointments. Are you saying now that Major General Rabo is not an Igbo man, despite the fact that if you ask him to speak, he'll speak in Igbo now, and he's, from Agbo area? Is that what is on ground? Because only a faction of Ahanes Igbo that has congratulated him. Secondly, I want to have your take on your reaction to what happened as regards the Ohanes Igbo elections. many splinter factions. A lot of people are saying they are not in tandem with the elections that brought in Professor George Obiozor and all of that. What's happening as regards that? But I want to really know your take on this. Is it that Major General Irabo is not an Igbo man, despite the fact from Agbo?
Now, thank you very much. On the truth of the matter is that Igbos are found and there are even in the Kogi area, North Central, and so on and so forth. But the Southeast is a zone by political arrangement. Each zone is supposed to be a part of this country. Of the federation are zoned in each zone, and they should enjoy some political patrimony and patronage as part and parcel of the whole. But when the whole decides if that part of the whole, this country have been wobbling. This is not the kind of wobbling Fani Amu said in those days, that he can be fumbling and wobbling and getting the goals. We are not getting the goals. So, talking about Major General Irabo, if he is from Ikaibo, just like you had the former petroleum minister of South from Delta, that is for South. Okay? If you go to Edo State, which is part of South, there are some Yoruba-speaking people there. It does not mean that once somebody is appointed there, he's representing the Southwest, and so on and so forth. The issue is that we need to place these things in a clear manner so that if somebody is trying to play some political age, play some political games, about from where we are getting the results. Is that you can't do anything. You can say that Igbos are very, very productive people, hardworking. We are focused. There might be some elements of ceremony here and there. It does not derail us from doing what we are doing and contributing meaningfully to. It's only a matter of time. We have seen in the cases of, even in the Bible, they say that the rejected soul will be the bedrock of the building. That is what eventually will happen. Because those who have been in the cold before the onset of Harmattan will be the people that will be directing on the kind of dressing people should have when the cold comes under the Harmattan. So, for an age Harmattan. So, with regard to any cultural organization, any other in the north, you have different splinter groups of cultural organizations. Arewa, elders, whatever. And even including the renewal. That does not detract from the fact of unity of these people. There's unity in diversity. The Igbo nation is made up of people who have that blood and the DNA of Igbo. Blood and DNA, DNA, and it will not be too wrong. That is why whenever you see the woman in Sokoto, it is doing contributing meaningfully to his environment, fitting very, very well with the society or environment in which he finds himself, and become a very law-abiding citizen, such that if he decides to even travel for work, such that if he in the locality, that he has considered, we live in the unity of this country, politicians have been trying to divide us. Igbos, their women have children for husbands across culture, across state, across zones. What are you going to do with those children? No less children as the children of other people. And the children of other people. And there is no among these people. So the issue is the politicians or those in the leadership position will continue to delude themselves that Igbos don't exist or they don't matter. But the truth of the matter is that when you acknowledge the existence of that, you acknowledge the existence of that thing, and you know the importance, no matter the kind of narrow thinking that may have informed becoming behavior. So your Highness is entitled to have this understanding, and then at the end of the day, they will come together. Because some people were suspected, they were invasion of the and some people who saw that were trying to fight against it. But if in the end it turns out that all the intention trying to fight against it, all the intentions were genuine for the betterment of the society, not the betterment of Igbo people, the society. Not the Igbo man is an egalitarian person. The standard of living he's used to, everybody there should enjoy it. That's what Igbo is talking about. We're not talking about Igbos in a clannish way.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Chima Nnaji, for joining us this morning on the morning show. Thank you indeed.